we are fortunate to have today Republican Congressman Rick Crawford of Arkansas. He is the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee and the perfect person for this. So we're watching this, you from afar. I want to get your top-line thoughts on what has transpired with our U.S. consulate in Toronto.
Well, sadly, I think this was predictable, that we know that when we're engaged in these type of operations that the threat is elevated to our homeland and to targets overseas. This one is practically in our homeland. This one's taking place in Canada. And so we shouldn't be surprised. We should be redoubling our efforts on counterintelligence here at home and making sure, the question that you highlighted, was this a terror cell? And he answered, as most people would, we don't know for sure if there's a terror cell or if there's not a terror cell, which is exactly why we have to assume there are terror cells, and we have to posture accordingly. So that's the message, I think, going forward, is that we must posture as if these cells exist, because in counterintelligence, you always have to assume the worst, and that's the worst case scenario.
Look, I've done no disguising of my disgust with what's happening on Capitol Hill right now. I mean, we are laid bare. And this is an incident that didn't happen on U.S. soil. The one here in New York City with the ISIS-inspired suspects firing it at the mayor's mansion did. And for the political party across the aisle from you, those Democrats on Capitol Hill, as the chairman of House Intelligence, you know what we're up against in this country. You just talked about it. How do you get Democrats? Senator Thune said 2 hours ago they were like not coming back to the table at this point. How do you get them to see us as American citizens and not see their own politics?
Well, when they talk, they're not talking in code anymore. They're saying it right out loud in our face. What's most important to them right now, this is the red line for funding DHS appropriations, is that we agree to not have ICE agents at polling locations. What the heck? What is that about? I mean, what does that tell you? That's not encoded. That's flat out in your face. What they want is to make sure that illegal aliens are treated above the actual sovereignty of United States citizens as they exercise their right to vote. They want to put illegals in that same camp and say, we're more concerned about their safety at polling places. Why polling places? Because they probably are encouraging illegals to come and vote, and they don't need ICE monitoring that. And they just said it. They said, not just any Democrat, the minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, said that. And when they tell you these things, they're not speaking in code anymore. They're telling you they put the illegals above U.S. citizens.
Look, I know the White House has put President Trump's vision of this. I mean, they wanted the head of DHS gone. Kristi Noem is gone. She's out of that. They're looking at a replacement now, and that confirmation situation coming forward, hopefully as soon as possible, so we have a head of that department who's firm in that position. But Chairman, I mean, this is bigger than what they want at a polling station. This is the core responsibility of the federal government, and that's to protect us. And we saw at the State of the Union, Democrats don't even agree about that part.
Right. No, you're right. It's absolutely maddening that they can't discard their partisan politics for 1 minute, long enough to recognize the imperative of funding our Department of Homeland Security. We're not having a fight over the spending levels in the nutrition benefits, for crying out loud. We're saying, please come forward and fund Department of Homeland Security. We've passed it twice in the House. And these people are intransigent because they hate Trump more than they love the country.
Well, is there anything we can do to pay those TSA workers? I mean, that's what Americans want to know as we go into spring break with our children in tow. This isn't just a bunch of businessmen and women running around the country. We have our families with us at this point. Chairman, your last word.
Well, I know that we on the House side, I know the president, they're turning over every stone to see where we can find those revenue streams to make sure those agents across the DHS are being paid. I don't know what that's going to look like. I'm praying that the Democrats cooler heads will prevail, and they'll recognize the need to protect the homeland. Really is in their own interest as well as ours, but it's in the interest of every American that we protect America.
Well, if they fly, yeah. I mean, they're American citizens before they're politicians. Sir, I'm so grateful to have you on this day with the breaking news out of Canada and our U.S. consulate getting hit by gunfire. No injuries there, thank the good Lord. Chairman, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.